They said the kids missed me. That's what Rachel told me on the phone that Tuesday afternoon. I was sitting in my kitchen in Dayton, Ohio, the same kitchen where I'd raised her, where I'd packed her school lunches for 12 years, where Robert and I had our coffee every morning until the cancer took him 3 years ago. The house was quiet. It had been quiet for a long time. "Mom," she said, her voice bright in that way that made me pay attention. "I've been thinking, the kids are growing up so fast. Mia just turned 5. Jackson, 7 now. They barely know you." I set down my tea. I know. I wish I could see them more. "So, what if you didn't have to wish? What if you just moved here?" I laughed, not because it was funny, because it seemed impossible. "Rachel, I've lived in this house for 40 years. "I know, but Mom, it's just you now, and we're here. The kids ask about you all the time. When is Grandma coming? What do I tell them?" Something in my chest shifted, that particular ache that comes from being wanted. "You really think I should move to Florida?" "I think you should be close to your family. Don't you?" I looked around my kitchen, the ceramic rooster Robert bought me at a flea market, the wall where we'd marked Rachel's height every year, the window that looked out onto the backyard where I'd planted tomatoes every spring for 4 decades. "Let me think about it," I said. But I'd already started thinking, and once you start, it's hard to stop. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about Mia and Jackson, how Mia had Robert's eyes, how Jackson laughed like Rachel used to, this full-belly giggle that made everyone around him smile. I thought about the last time I'd seen them, a year ago. I'd flown to Florida, stayed in a hotel because Rachel said their guest room was under construction. I saw the kids for maybe 6 hours total across 3 days. Rachel was busy. Work, errands, things she couldn't reschedule. But this was different. If I lived there, I'd be available. I could be the grandmother I wanted to be. The next morning, I called my realtor. Her name was Bonnie. She'd sold houses on my street for 20 years. "Lorraine," she said, "are you sure?" "My daughter needs me." "Okay, but once we list it, things move fast. Are you ready for that?" I wasn't, but I said yes anyway. The house sold in 11 days, a young couple with a baby. They walked through every room and I could see them imagining their life here, the way I'd imagined mine 40 years ago. The final sale price was $240,000. After fees and the remaining mortgage, I cleared $238,000. It felt like a fortune. It felt like nothing. Rachel helped me look for condos, over video calls. She'd say things like, "Oh, that's cute," or "Good location, close to us." But she never offered to go see them in person. She was busy. I understood. I found a 2-bedroom condo in a complex 20 minutes from her house. It was smaller than I was used to, beige walls, laminate countertops, a view of the parking lot, but it was $195,000, which left me with $43,000 cushion for the transition. "Perfect, Mom," she said when I sent her the listing. "The kids are going to be so excited." I closed on the condo in early March, packed up 40 years of my life into a moving truck. My neighbor, Carol, came over the night before I left. We'd lived next door to each other for 32 years. Our kids had played together. We'd borrowed sugar and shared wine and watched each other's hair turn gray. "You sure about this, Lorraine?" she asked. "She needs me, Carol. The kids need me." Carol hugged me, didn't say anything else. Sometimes the silence says more than words. I arrived in Florida on a Thursday. The movers unloaded my boxes into the condo. I stood in the middle of the empty living room and felt something I didn't expect. Regret. Not permanent, just a flicker. The kind that asks, "What have you done?" But then my phone buzzed. Rachel. "Welcome to Florida, Mom. Let's plan dinner soon. The kids can't wait to see you." The regret faded. I unpacked boxes, hung pictures, set up my bedroom with the quilt Robert's mother made us as a wedding gift. By Sunday, the condo looked like home, or close enough. I texted Rachel, "All settled in. When can I see you and the kids?" 3 hours later, "This week is crazy. Maybe next weekend." Next weekend came. Same message. "So sorry, Mom. Mia has a birthday party and Jackson has a sleepover. Rain check?" I told myself it was fine. They were busy. I'd wait. Week 3. I saw an Instagram story. Jackson in his soccer uniform. Rachel had posted it with the caption, "Game day, let's go, champ." I texted, "I'd love to come to Jackson's games. What time are they usually?" She replied 2 hours later, "They're all over the place. I'll let you know next time." She didn't. Week 4, I drove to their house unannounced. I'd brought groceries, fresh fruit, the kind of organic snacks Rachel always posted about. I thought I'd surprise them, help out. I pulled up to their gated community. The guard stopped me at the entrance. "Name, please?" "Lorraine Bowman. I'm here to see my daughter, Rachel Henderson." He checked his computer, frowned. "I don't see you on the approved visitor list." "I'm sorry, what?" "Residents submit a list of approved visitors. Your name isn't on the Henderson list." I stared at him. "I'm her mother." "I understand, ma'am, but I can't let you through without approval. You'll need to have the resident add you." I called Rachel. No answer. I texted, "I'm at your gate with groceries. The guard says I'm not on your list." 20 minutes later, "Oh shoot, I totally forgot to add you. I'll do it later. Can you just leave the groceries with the guard?" I sat in my car, the groceries in the back seat, the guard watching me in his rearview mirror. I left them, drove home, cried in the parking lot of my condo for reasons I couldn't fully name. Week 6, Rachel called.
"Mom, hey, I need to ask you something."
"Of course."
So, Mia's private school tuition went up. It's ridiculous, honestly, but we're committed to giving her the best education, you know? I waited. "We're a little short this semester. I know you just sold the house, so I thought maybe you could help? Just $3,000. We'll pay you back when Derek gets his bonus." Derek, my son-in-law, a sales manager at a tech company. They lived in a 4-bedroom house with a pool. Rachel posted pictures of their renovations constantly. New backsplash, painted cabinets, landscaping. "Rachel, I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. It's for Mia." I thought about Mia, her small hands, her laugh, how I hadn't seen her in over a month. "Okay," I said, "I'll transfer it tomorrow." "You're the best, Mom. Thank you so much. Love you." She hung up before I could say it back. Week 8, Derek texted. Not called, texted. "Hey, Lorraine, our AC died. It's brutal here, like 90 degrees inside. Repair guy says $1,800. Can you help us out? We're dying, LOL. I looked at my bank account. I'd given them $3,000. My cushion was now $40,000. I transferred $1,800. Derek replied, "Lifesaver, thanks." No love you, no we'll pay you back, just thanks. I sat on my couch, the one I'd brought from Ohio. The fabric was worn. Robert used to fall asleep on it during football games. I missed him. not just because he was gone, because he would have seen this. He would have said, "Lorraine, what are you doing?" Week 10, Mia's 6th birthday. Rachel called. "Mom, Mia's party is Saturday at 2. She specifically asked if you were coming. Can you make it?" My heart lifted. "Of course, I'll be there. What should I bring?" "Just yourself and maybe a gift. She's into unicorns right now." I went to Target, bought a stuffed unicorn, a unicorn coloring book, unicorn stickers. I spent $65. I didn't care. I baked cookies, the kind with sprinkles Rachel used to love. I packed them in a tin with a ribbon. Saturday at 1:50, I pulled up to the gate. The guard waved me through. Rachel must have added me. I parked in front of their house. It was beautiful. White siding, black shutters, a wreath on the door that said "Blessed." I rang the doorbell, waited. No answer. I rang again, knocked. Nothing. I walked around to the backyard. The gate was locked. I called Rachel, straight to voicemail. I stood there for 10 minutes, holding a bag of gifts, wearing the dress I'd ironed that morning. Finally, I walked back to the guard. "Excuse me," I said, "did the Hendersons leave today?" He checked his log. "Yes, ma'am. Whole family left around 9 this morning. Looked like luggage, probably a trip." I drove home, sat in my car, didn't cry, couldn't. That evening, Rachel posted on Instagram 4 photos, her, Derek, Mia, and Jackson at Disney World, Mia wearing a birthday crown. The caption, "Birthday magic for our girl. Sometimes you just have to make memories." I wasn't in any photo. I wasn't mentioned. I wasn't invited. I called her. She answered on the 6th ring. Background noise, music, laughter. "Mom, hey, what's up?" "You told me Mia's party was today at your house." Silence. "Oh my God, Mom, I'm so sorry. We decided last minute to do Disney instead. It's just easier, you know? The kids really wanted it." "You told me 2 o'clock. I showed up with gifts." "I know. I'm sorry. I meant to text you. We've just been so busy packing and everything. We can celebrate when we get back, okay?" "When will that be?" "Wednesday, maybe Thursday. I'll let you know." She didn't. Week 12, I went to the bank. I needed to transfer money to pay my HOA fees. While I was there, the branch manager, Carlos, called me into his office. "Miss Bowman, do you have a moment?" "Is something wrong?" "No, nothing wrong. I just wanted to check in. I've been reviewing your account activity, and I'm seeing several large outgoing transfers. $3,000, $1,800, $2,500, another $1,200. I felt my face flush. "Those are for my daughter." "I understand, and that's absolutely your right. But I'm seeing you've transferred $11,300 in the last 2 months. Your balance is down to $31,700. I wasn't, but I nodded. "Miss Bowman," Carlos said gently, "may I ask, does your daughter know you sold your home to move here?" "Yes." "And does she know how much you have in savings?" I hesitated. "I haven't told her the exact amount." "Has she visited your new home?" I looked at my hands. "No, she's been busy." Carlos nodded slowly. "I have a mother, Miss Bowman. If she sold her house to move near me, I'd be at her door every week. I'd make sure she was okay. I'd make sure she wasn't—" He paused. "I'd make sure she wasn't giving me money she couldn't afford to give." I left the bank, sat in my car, opened my banking app, scrolled through the transfers. $3,000, $1,800, $2,500, $1,200, $800, $950, another $1,250, $11,300. And I'd seen the kids twice,
Once for 3 hours at a park, once for lunch at a loud restaurant where Mia spilled her juice and Rachel snapped at her and we left early. That evening, I did something I'd been avoiding. I went through my text messages with Rachel, all of them. 42 texts from me. Invitations, questions. Can I see the kids? What's your schedule look like? I'd love to help with anything you need. 17 texts from her. 11 were requests for money. 4 were cancellations. 2 were responses to photos I'd sent. 0 invitations. 0 come over. We miss you. Let's have dinner. 0. I called my friend Linda. I'd met her at the senior center 2 weeks after I moved. She ran the book club. She was 71, sharp, kind, and she didn't sugarcoat anything. "Linda," I said, "can I ask you something?" "Always." "When you moved to be near your daughter, how often do you see her?" "Every Sunday, dinner at her house, and she stops by once during the week, sometimes just for coffee." "Why?" "I've been here 3 months. I've seen Rachel and the kids twice." Silence. Then Linda said, "Lorraine, do you need a lawyer?" Her name was Diane Frost, elder law attorney. She was 63, silver hair and a neat bob, reading glasses on a chain. She listened to everything: the phone call, the house sale, the money, the missed birthday, the visitor list. When I finished, she said, "How much have you given them?" "Around $11,000. "In 3 months?" "Yes." "And before you moved?" I thought about it. The plane tickets, the hotel stays, the gifts every visit. Maybe another $3,000 over the past 2 years. So $14,000 total? I guess. Diane leaned back in her chair. "Lorraine, what I'm about to say might be hard to hear, but I've been doing this for 18 years. Your daughter is financially exploiting you." "She's not." "She is. She lured you here with promises of being close to your grandchildren. You sold your home, uprooted your life, and now she controls access to the kids while draining your savings. She's just busy. She's not on the approved visitor list at her own child's birthday party, but somehow had time to add you to the gate access after you showed up with groceries." Diane tilted her head. "Lorraine, she's keeping you close enough to extract money, far enough to avoid obligation." I stared at her. "Let me ask you this," Diane said. "Are you listed as an emergency contact for the kids? At their school? Anywhere?" I don't know." "Find out." That night, I logged into the parent portal for Mia's school. Rachel had given me the login once months ago so I could see Mia's progress. I clicked on the Emergency Contacts tab. Father, Derek Henderson. Mother, Rachel Henderson. Emergency Contact 1, Melissa Chen, family friend. Emergency Contact 2, Robert Henderson, Derek's brother. I wasn't on it. I called Rachel. "Mom, it's late. What's up?" "I need to ask you something." "Okay." "Am I on the emergency contact list for the kids' school?" Pause. I don't think so." "Why?" "Because I'm their grandmother. I live 20 minutes away, and you asked me to move here so I could be close to them." "Mom, it's just a formality. I'll add you." "When?" "Soon." "Rachel, I sold my house to be near you and the kids. I've given you over $11,000. I've been here 3 months, and I've seen Mia and Jackson twice." "Twice? You're keeping track? Seriously?" "Yes, I'm keeping track, because I moved my entire life, and I'm starting to feel like I was invited here for one reason." "And what's that?" "Money." Silence. Long, cold silence. Then Rachel's voice, sharp and brittle. "You know what, Mom? No one forced you to move here. That was your decision. And no one forced you to give us money. You offered. You asked.
Because you're my mother. That's what mothers do. They help. And what do daughters do, Rachel? She hung up. I didn't sleep that night. I sat on my couch until the sun came up. I thought about Robert, about Carol in Ohio, about the tomatoes I'd planted every spring in the backyard I didn't own anymore. At 7 a.m., I called Diane. I want to send a letter, I said. What kind of letter? The kind that protects me. We drafted it together. A formal demand letter, not a lawsuit, just boundaries. Demand for reasonable grandparent access. Lorraine Bowman requests the following. 1. Scheduled visitation with grandchildren Mia and Jackson, first and third Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. 2. Addition to emergency contact list at children's school and extracurricular activities. 3. Cessation of financial requests unless formalized as a loan with repayment terms. 4. If terms are not met within 30 days, Lorraine reserves the right to pursue legal remedies under Florida Statute 752.11, Grandparent Visitation Rights. Diane mailed it certified. Rachel would have to sign for it. She called 2 days later, furious. You sent a lawyer letter to your own daughter? I asked for scheduled time with my grandkids, that's all. You're threatening to sue me. I'm asking to be treated like family. This is insane, Mom. You're insane. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just said, Rachel, I moved here because you said the kids needed me. If that was true, prove it. 2 Saturdays a month, 4 hours total. That's all I'm asking. She was quiet, then cold and flat. Fine. First Saturday of the month, 2 hours, our house. But don't expect us to pretend this is normal. I'll be there. She hung up. The first Saturday came. I arrived at 10 a.m., on time, with small gifts, nothing extravagant. Rachel opened the door, didn't hug me, didn't smile. They're in the living room. Mia and Jackson were on the couch watching TV. When they saw me, Mia ran over. Grandma! My heart cracked open. We played board games, I read them stories. Jackson showed me his Lego set. Mia made me a bracelet out of beads. Rachel stayed in the kitchen. I could feel her watching. At 12 p.m., she came into the living room. Okay, kids, Grandma has to go now. But she just got here, Jackson said. 2 hours, buddy. That's the rule. I hugged them both. Mia clung to my neck. Can you come to my recital next week? She whispered. I'll ask your mom, I said. Rachel walked me to the door. I turned to her. Thank you for letting me see them. She didn't respond, just closed the door. I've been in Florida for 6 months now. I see Mia and Jackson twice a month, 2 hours each time. It's not what I imagined, but it's something. Rachel doesn't call, doesn't text. Our relationship is functional, transactional. I show up, I leave. We don't talk about anything real. The money requests stopped. After the lawyer letter, she never asked again. Linda invited me to join her book club. I did. We're reading Where the Crawdads Sing. I volunteer at the library on Wednesdays, Children's Story Hour. Kids I don't know climb into my lap and ask me to read Goodnight Moon for the 4th time. It's not the same as having my own grandkids close, but it's something. Last week, I got an email from Carol, my neighbor in Ohio. She said a condo in our old neighborhood just opened up. 2 bedrooms, $850 a month. I haven't responded yet, but I've thought about it. I've learned something in the last 6 months, something I wish I'd known before I sold my house. You can't make people want you. You can't love them into seeing you. You can't sacrifice enough, give enough, uproot enough to earn a place in their life. They either make room for you or they don't. Rachel didn't. I'm still her mother. I still love her. But I'm done believing that moving closer would make her love me more. I gave up my home, my savings, my life in Ohio. She gave me 2 hours, twice a month. And you know what? That's her choice. But this is mine. I'm done shrinking myself to fit into someone else's convenience. I'm done being grateful for crumbs. I'm done pretending that blood alone makes someone family. If I could go back, I wouldn't sell my house. I'd visit Rachel and the kids. I'd stay in a hotel. I'd keep my roots, my friends, my life. I'd love them from a distance that didn't cost me everything. But I can't go back, so I'm learning to live here, in this smaller life, with people who choose me, not people who tolerate me. And maybe that's enough. Maybe that has to be. If this story touched something in you, I need you to do something. Subscribe to this channel, not just for me, for you. Because Tales Untold isn't just about stories. It's about the women who've been overlooked, taken for granted, asked to shrink themselves to make other people comfortable.